Hello and welcome to Mind and Mead. This is the TTRPG world building series that I will be doing alongside with my daughter
Mia.
There's Mia here. And so what we are going to do today...
And I'm here with my daddy.
Yes, yes. What we're going to do today is we are going to talk about that world that we've been wanting to build, aren't we, Mia?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so for the listeners, come sit back just a little bit. So for the listeners out there, what is the world that we came up with? What's the idea that we're going to do?
It's going to be a forest and a town.
A forest and a town. Okay, awesome. So who is going to be in this town and forest?
There's going to be fairies, unicorns, and in the forest there's going to be a little house that has a huge dragon in it. But instead of a little house, there's a gigantic cave.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, so we're gonna a gigantic cave. There's gonna be now So in what we were talking about is what is going to be the problem that has to be solved.
So one day all of the unicorn and fairies walk out into the forest, and then they stop to have like a little picnic and have some food. But then when the rest of the unicorn and fairies weren't looking, there was a dragon sneaking up behind all of them, and it took one of the fairies and took one of the unicorns.
Okay, so this dragon, what made this dragon want to take a fairy and a unicorn?
The reason the dragon wanted to take the fairy and unicorns is because he got jealous about they had powers and he didn't have any powers. So he thought he could steal two little people, that's a fairy and a unicorn, and he was going to trap them in a cage with a wire connected to both the cages. Then he'll make a little computer that actually works, and he'll connect that cable to the computer from the cages to the computer, so that if he touches a button, it would make the unicorns and fairies powers disappear.
Oh, okay, so he doesn't want to take the powers for himself. He just wants to make the powers not be theirs anymore.
No, the reason when I said disappear, I meant he'll disappear the unicorn and fairy's power,
okay,
so that he could have it all to himself. Because there's a little something from the cages and the computer, and it goes around his arm. And when he presses that button, all of the unicorn and fairy's powers go into his arm. Then it makes him more powerful.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so now the dragon that we're dealing with, what kind of dragon, what color is this dragon going to be?
This dragon is green and it has red spots.
Okay, green and red spots. So he's going to be primarily a green dragon. So with red spots.
Yeah.
Okay. So would you think that this dragon's fire breath would be poisonous, maybe?
Well, I was thinking that the dragon's breath would actually just be poisonous, and if he breathes it into the fairies, it will make them pass out. And if he breathes it into the unicorns would just grab onto him. The unicorns would just grab onto him and just punch him.
Okay, so the breath is going to make the unicorns a bit aggressive.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if he blows at the fairies will just pass out.
Fair enough. So we came up with a name for this place, didn't we? We thought maybe Everbright. What do you think? Do you still like that name? Do you still not?
Well,
or would you like to change it?
I do like Everbright, but if we had Everbright and we had a different name for the forest,
okay,
we could have the town called Everbright,
yep,
and the forest could also have the name, but
okay,
we don't really know what it is.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so why don't we have an idea?
Now I have a great idea for the forest. It could be called Dragon Safe Zone.
Dragon Safe Zone. Okay, doesn't sound...
Yes, because only the dragons are allowed in that, and the unicorns and fairies didn't know that.
Okay, alright. So this is a dragon-only zone. So it's kind of like being kept away from the town of Everbright, like signs saying don't go in there.
No, there isn't any signs. But on the news, when normally like unicorns or fairies watch the news, somebody on the news says don't go into this forest. There's a big dragon in the cave. But unicorns and fairies didn't believe it, so they went into the forest.
Yeah.
And then they stopped for a little picnic.
Okay.
And then as soon as the fairy and the unicorn got taken, they noticed that there was two missing.
Okay, all right.
Like one fairy missing and one unicorn missing.
Fair enough. Okay, so the aim for this little adventure that we are going to put together and make it quite simple so that you can play, because you're only 6 years old, aren't you?
Yeah.
Soon to be 7. Not long. So we're gonna. So the aim is to save the unicorn and the fairy.
Yeah.
Okay.
From the dragon and monster powers.
Monster powers. Now, what shall we call the unicorn? What shall that be its name?
What unicorn?
The unicorn that's been taken.
Isabel.
Okay, Isabel the unicorn. Alright, and now for the fairy. What are we going to call the fairy?
Sophie.
Okay. So Sophie the fairy and Isabel the unicorn. Alright.
Yeah.
Now, how are we going to get our adventurers to save these people? What are we going to send out a newsletter? Or are we going to send out a call for help?
Well, I was thinking that the unicorns and fairies could disguise themselves as like somebody from like the news, and the dragon hasn't seen that person or animal before.
Okay.
And he'll be like, are you new to this place? And they'll probably just say like, yeah, we're new to this place. And they'll like say they come from a different country or like a different place in this like town. But the dragon doesn't really even realize that those fairies and those unicorns are actually trying to get that fairy and unicorn back from that dragon.
Okay, so we're going to have a group of adventurers who are going to disguise themselves, but they're going to basically be the adventurers are going to be unicorns and fairies themselves. Is that what you want?
Yeah, but these adventurers are still unicorns and fairies. But when they find out that a fairy and a unicorn have been missing, Isabel and Sophie, they think of a good way to try to get them back.
Okay, awesome.
So they get themselves in a disguise.
Alright then, okay. So we will have...
And they say they come from Africa. But they actually don't, they just come from this town.
Okay, alright. So they're gonna try to be deceiving. They're gonna try and deceive the dragon into saving. So the idea, okay. So because we're gonna make this into a campaign, into a one-shot campaign, something that we can run. The idea is that we're going to have a dragon that has come out from the forest and out of his cave.
Yeah.
And he's come into the town of Everbright and taken the head unicorn and the head fairy.
No.
No?
So the unicorns and fairies went into the forest and they had a picnic.
Oh, they had a picnic. So they were being little daredevils, were they? Little daredevils.
I don't really think that's true. So they just wanted to try it out and see what.
They didn't believe it. They didn't believe that the stories of the forest and the dragon. So they went in there and they had a little picnic. And next minute, the dragon comes and swiped them away.
Yeah, swiped 2 away, but they didn't notice that. But then, as soon as they were talking to like Isabel and Sophie, they actually find out that those two wasn't answering this question the unicorns and fairies were asking them.
Okay.
And they actually find out that those two are like taken away and like lost.
Okay, awesome. All right.
Disappeared in the fair.
So we've got a really good hook. It's what's called a hook to the story. So it's something that gets people interested in playing the game. So we've got a big bad evil guy, the dragon.
Yeah.
And we've got people that we need to save.
But I have a great name for the dragon.
Oh, okay. What's the name for the dragon?
Harry.
Harry? Why Harry?
It's because he loves the letters H, A, R, and Y. So I thought if we did a H and an A and an R and then a Y, it could make Harry.
Okay, fair enough.
So he could be called Harry.
Harry the dragon.
Because that was his favourite letters.
Fair enough. Okay, no worries. So we got Harry the dragon.
Yeah.
We got Sophie the fairy and Isabel the unicorn.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, what would be one or two ways? Let's say two ways that we could have the dragon get defeated.
I have a great one.
Yeah.
So when the dragon isn't looking, and the fairy and the unicorns are in the cave, they will sneak up behind him.
Yeah.
And they will go and get the computer.
Yeah.
They will well, one of the fairies and one of the unicorns are gonna unlock the cages.
Yeah.
Well, a fairy's gonna unlock the fairy that's stuck in the cage.
Okay, so
Sophie and the unicorns are gonna unlock the cage that has Isabel in it, the unicorn, and the rest of the unicorns are gonna try and find out a way that the fairy and the unicorn can get this cable off of them.
Yeah.
Because the computer was connected to the cables, because there was 3 cables. One that connected to the fairy's arm, and there was one that connected to the unicorn's arm. Because the evil dragon put those on the fairy and the unicorn's arm. And then they try to find out a way that could take the cables off. And then get them free, so they can't be in the dragon's cave anymore, all that stuff.
Okay, no worries.
And then as soon as they found out the way to get the cables off of the unicorn and fairy's arm, Sophie and Isabel, after they got the cables off of Sophie and Isabel, the dragon Harry came in and he was like, "Oi, you get off of that fairy and that unicorn. Their powers are gonna be mine." And then we're gonna just quickly run away, because the unicorns and fairies can fly, because these unicorns have gonna have wings.
It's okay.
And
alright. Okay. So
you didn't let me see.
Okay, continue. Go.
And when the unicorns and fairies fly, they did notice that this dragon actually also had wings. Because these unicorns and these fairies didn't actually know what the dragon looked like. They just thought it was just a big monster with sharp teeth, and it had no wings. But when they realized the dragon was following them, Harry, they were like, "We have to find somewhere to get to safety." And then when they lost sight of the dragon lost sight of them, they quickly rushed back into their houses, so they would never ever go back out again.
Okay, that was a lot. Okay, so that was one of the ways that the dragon could get defeated. Alright, so basically you're saying, in a nutshell, in simple terms, that the way to save the dragon, to save the unicorn and the fairy, is to unplug them from the device.
Yeah, and get them out of the cage.
Okay, awesome. So now, for a second way, could we get the adventuring party? Now, I just need a little yes or no answer. Have the adventuring party maybe talk the dragon and talk to the dragon to get him to release them, and have them have a conversation, and then convince the dragon, no, you don't need their powers, you don't need to do this. Do you think that could be one option?
No.
No. Okay, so what? So we're just gonna either sneak them out or attack them. Huh?
Sneak out.
What, you want it to be just a sneak out? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no, no worries. So basically, what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to come up with a couple of options, because when we play with people, everybody will think a little bit differently to you. So we will have it so that the dragon can get spoken to, or we can have it so that you can just fight the dragon and go from there. What would happen if the party cannot sneak away, and if they cannot defeat the dragon, what would happen to the land of Everbright if the dragon was successful?
So, the land of, what is it again?
Everbright.
The land of Everbright, would get destroyed and all the houses would get burned down.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so if we don't stop the dragon is going to destroy Everbright with his power.
yeah, he's gonna use his fiery breath to burn down all the houses, and then he will capture all the unicorns and fairies in the cages.
Yeah.
And then he'll do the exact same what he did to Sophie and Isabel.
Fair enough. Okay.
And then he'll be the most powerfulest dragon ever.
I like it. Okay. Alright, so we've got a good hook. We've got a good reason to why the party are going to be going to Everbright and stop the big bad dragon. They're there to stop him from gaining all the power and destroying Everbright. And they have to save... what was the unicorn's name again?
Isabel.
Isabel.
The fairy is Sophie.
And Sophie the fairy. Alright. And you got to stop Harry the dragon from gaining all the power and going from there. Alright, so
Yeah.
we've had a nice little discussion on why the party needs to get going, and I think that's a nice place. We're going to stop there for today. So this has been Mind and Mead. This is the TTRPG world building series that myself and my daughter are doing, and my daughter's name is... Mia, and my name is Sebastian, and thank you very, very much for listening, and we shall see you next time on the next episode where we delve a little bit deeper into the world of Everbright. Thank you.
Bye bye, channel.